Oi you, it's time for another episode of Dorothy and the Dealer. Let's tune into the conversation.
Hello, how you going?
Good. How are you going?
I'm good. Have you got a song for today?
Well,
You
I
do
think it
have
was
a
a bit
song.
fitting, we're all going on a
Summer holiday.
A week or two. I saw an ad the other day for him touring Australia.
What?
Yeah. Cliff Richard. Yeah, literally.
What do you mean? From
It was a
years
fucking-
ago?
No, I don't know when it was from, but so he
Well,
was
it's
either
not
gonna
recent.
he was either going to do it virtually or they set something up. But man, he's got to be like, how fucking old is Cliff Richard? And he's still kicking around. Still kicking around.
Is he?
Yeah, never
Who
married.
knows?
Never married. Seemingly,
Yes.
never
well,
married, and but seemingly he's a real fundamentalist Christian or something.
Is he?
Yeah.
I heard other stories about him. I don't
Yeah.
even
Oh,
know.
you had to hear all sorts of
81
stories.
years old.
Shit.
Wow.
Yeah, but he's doing some sort of virtual tour.
My
Anyway,
dad's sister, my auntie, used to love him. Love him.
Really?
He used to sing Cliff Richard songs all of the time.
Cliff Richard.
Cliff Richard.
Yeah.
So summer holidays. Well,
Yeah.
this is very fitting. As usual, our songs are pretty fitting, well, most of the time.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're totally random. About holidays, though, and having some
What's the
fun.
best holiday you've ever had? Ever?
Oh, that's really hard. It's like choosing between your children.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I know hands down which child I'd pick.
Oh, don't be mean.
No, I'm only fucking around.
Which is your favourite holiday?
Which
Let
is
me
my favourite
think.
child? Which was my favourite holiday? Favourite holiday ever? I think
I think I
with the
might-
kids. I think on the ships. That's pretty
They've
good.
been good with them.
And not with the ships. Holiday would be when I got to Bali and just hire a big huge bugger off villa and just hang
Yes.
out with all the nutters.
I think one of the better ones, I've had some, I can't pick.
Yeah.
Because there was one where I was 3 weeks in Bali on my own. You guys ended up being in the same area
Right.
for a little bit.
Yeah.
That was great.
Is that
There
when
was
you
one-
died? Or you nearly died?
Yes. No. That time. No, not that time. That was another time. I just fainted, and that was another story. We'll tell that story another time.
Right.
It's gross. Anyway, then there was another time that I went to Bali. I didn't tell anyone where I was going. You
Right.
guys happened to be in Bali at the time. I didn't tell you guys.
Right.
I went off to a totally different part of the world, and nobody knew I was there, and it was like heaven.
Really?
Yes. And then there was another one. You remember when we were in Bali where we were all there at the Gili Islands?
Oh, yeah.
And that Gili Island trip was really good.
That was a good
That
trip.
was a good trip. And then
That was a great trip.
that was a really good time. That we had fun there. And then
That was the same year I got married, I think.
that was the same. Yeah, we went to India that year.
Yeah.
We went to Nepal that year. We went
Yeah.
to Bali
Yeah.
that year. It
Yeah.
was really, really cool. Remember, Ange went off to Europe that year as well.
Yeah.
It was really, really cool.
Was.
That was good, yeah. But it was good because it was just different as well. It was a different location because it was, with all the mates instead of, clients, which client trips are good too. We've got some great ones.
Oh, yeah.
I loved Universal Studios and
that was
and
cool.
like doing
Yeah.
that after the trip. That was also really good. So yeah, lots of so I can't pick one. So there you go.
Yeah.
That was my
Okay,
short
another
answer.
one. I'll give you another one. What's your best gift you've ever been given?
Oh my God.
Best gift. It could be just Christmas gift. Best Christmas gift you've ever been given. I'm just trying to find out so I can know what to get you for Christmas.
You give me the same thing every year. I don't know. I can't think about that.
How
one.
many fucking handbags have you got now then? You
I've got a
hardly use
few.
any of them.
No, I use them.
All of them?
Yeah.
All the time.
or no, because sometimes they it was done after a year.
Yeah.
Anyway, so talking about holidays, right? I don't know what my best gift is, but talking about holidays, it's a good time to talk a little bit about, because not just about going away on holidays, but actually just I don't know. Sometimes I come back from holidays and I feel like I haven't been on holiday.
Right.
Because I feel like, for me personally, I feel like I've got to catch up on, because we work a lot,
Yeah.
Those 3 weeks of the year are heaven for me.
Yeah.
Simply because it's the only time of the year I can switch off totally. I mean,
Yeah,
I still
yeah.
have to do stuff, but
Yeah.
I don't have anyone in the office calling me, asking me, none of that is happening. So I have total black out from work in that regard. I don't have to be making decisions or have
Yeah.
to think about anything, right? So that is really cool. But then sometimes I think I have to take that time to be productive in other ways, and I forget to just stop and chill the fuck out and just actually go and have some fun. I do naturally have fun anyway, but I really feel like sometimes I feel like I have to be doing stuff. Instead, I know that it's so important to just take a break, take a mind break.
There's a funny thing that happens in that time period, right? On your break, for me, there's a moment when I get that I'm actually on holidays.
Mm-hmm. And then
I'll be driving down Great Eastern Highway, I'll be passing by a service station, and there's a certain smell of food, there's a certain song comes on the radio, the shade in the day has to be a certain colour, it has to be a certain temperature, and then suddenly I'm like, oh, everything has aligned and I'm actually on holidays.
Yeah. Do you know, I get that before holidays. I'm like, oh, it's close. I had that just like not long ago. It's like, oh, there's that smell in the air. It's like
a vibration.
It's almost
it's
time.
Strange.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. That definitely happens in my life, mate.
But it's that I personally don't think you have as much trouble switching off.
Yeah.
I think you personally don't have that. But for me, that's a thing. Like it's really a thing. I have to make it. I think I wasn't supposed to. Growing up, I feel like a lot of things come back to your childhood. But I think that growing up, I didn't feel like I could just let go and have fun. I always had to feel responsible for something. And so I always still feel responsible for stuff. And so I don't know necessarily, like it takes effort for me to go, right, it's okay just to have a break. It's okay to not worry about what's happening tomorrow for these next few days.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I can play it by ear. I don't have to plan. I don't have to do stuff. The lead up to Christmas is always a little bit hectic for me because of family commitments and things to do. But then I think that time, especially between Christmas and New Year, I can really zone out. But it takes concerted effort from my part, I feel, because it just doesn't happen naturally. So for me, I think taking time on your holidays for you is important, because I think sometimes we can escape and think we're on holidays. Do you know what I mean? You can lose yourself in the celebrations, or you can lose yourself in the drinking or the social, or all of the stuff that just comes along with it. Right. And you still actually aren't nurtured or fulfilled. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm all good for that, but I feel like I need to find the balance for me personally of having fun, but also really nurturing myself and actually giving back and making it, and not making it about everyone else. But I don't know. For me, I still feel like I have to do that. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
Even with your kids, right? They all like. It's like I have to do a sleepover with all of them. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the likelihood is I'll probably end up doing two. Right. One at the beginning of the holidays, one at the end of the holidays, which is totally good. But it's like factoring it in. It's all about what I need to fit in, instead of just going, right, this is just, it's okay for me not to have to be pressured. I don't know. Yeah. That's just how it is for me.
No, I
totally
get it. I totally get it. I feel exactly the same. I feel like, I have to give each individual kid some time, and you got to spend time with them. But I just love the fact that we have so much that we can do when we stop and look. There's a variety of things that we can do. So we just bought a cabin in Lowbrook this year, so I'm really looking forward to heading down to Lowbrook with the jet ski and just spending 2 weeks in the wilderness, and we can move around to different bike trails and stuff like that, and take the kids on do shuttling, and and then some of the other lads will come down, and and that whole break, I'm just so looking forward to it.
You don't find it. I think we've talked about this on a previous part. You don't find it as hard to let go, though, do you? And have fun?
No, I do. What worries me is when I'm away from civilization, when I can't get phones or anything like that. That worries me. So this year I actually have to bring a phone down with me, because of where I'm going. I have to get a card so I can get on the Telstra network and I can speak.
Right.
Because being away for 2 weeks stresses me out, you know? It stresses me out. I'm not able to find out, okay, is everything all right? And then by the time we get to the end of 4 weeks, I'm just like, for fuck's sake, go back to work with you. You are just doing my head in.
Oh, get him back
Give
to
him
work,
something to do, will you? He's like a fucking lunatic, which I am.
You're good for the first, like, well, that's what I mean. I think that for you can let go, but then you're ready. You're like, you hit a point, you're right, okay, I've let go enough. I need to get back into it now. What's going on? Do you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And I don't think that you let go to the point you forget about stuff. You're still working and doing your own bits and pieces, but it's not in such a formalised way. Do you know what I mean? And you're okay with letting that go. Me, I'm a little bit less.
I also think, you know, you got to watch things when you're away like that because you got to make sure you keep a good, healthy regime, and especially over the holidays. You know.
Oh yeah, 100%.
You got to because you can so easily get into the trap of having a beer every night. You know, I can get into the trap of having a beer every night, and so I'm very good at being able to go. Nah, I'm gonna have 2 or 3 days off here, 2 or 3. You know, but some people just can't do that, you know, and then it's because my body gets affected by it. Like I'm only light, I'm only a small fella. My body gets affected by that, and I can feel my energy levels go down. I don't recover as quick, you know. I'm not as sharp off the block, and so I think that you have to be able to make sure that when you're having a break doesn't mean you blow yourself up. A break means
that's escape in a lot of ways.
Yeah,
right?
A break means that you're actually stopping and coming home and watching how you're eating and feeding and nurturing yourself and, you know, having fun and enjoying your time and doing all that sort of stuff, you know?
I feel like that part for me, I drink more at that time of the year, but in terms of everything else, I feel like it's heaps better. Enough. Because I feel like
you don't do enough drugs, but you do enough alcohol.
But I feel like I'm heaps better because I'm not committed to being at work at 6:30 in the morning because somebody's booked me in for something at 6:30 in the morning or something like that. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like
it's
I have
only
more
happened
space.
once this year, mate.
No, it hasn't. It's happened a few times. It's happened a few times. What was I going to say? So, in terms of just like, I feel like there has to be like for me as well, just as another point, like holidays doesn't just mean the fun. Like I don't put pressure on myself necessarily. I do have to be mindful of it, but I also don't forget that just because because realistically, you know, we only need vacations when we create a life that we want to escape from, right? Yeah. So I love what I do. It's not like I don't love what I do, and I don't feel like I need to escape from that. So I'm constantly still doing stuff. Do you know what I mean? I'm just not doing it in the formalized way of work, how I'm doing it here. But I'm still constantly working on myself, especially at the beginning of the year, writing goals and having a plan for the year. Yeah. And every year I love doing that.
I really enjoy doing it.
Me too.
Really enjoy doing it.
And I think that every year that I do it, or whenever I do it more precisely and more in a focused way, I have a much more productive year. Yeah. When I'm really clear at the beginning of the year, when I take that time out to do that, because just because you're relaxed doesn't mean that you just let everything go out the window and then you just start again and then you've got this new year, new you shite, because there's nothing wrong with the old you know. So you have to make sure, I think anyway, you have to make sure that there's a smooth transition. And who says that the 31st of December is like the end of one? Like, I mean, there's like, it's still all the same. It's still all the same. Do you know what I mean? I think that we have to be, I don't know, I think we have to be mindful of that and not just forget that, you know, there's so much to be said for taking time out in a different way, relaxing, having fun, but then also not forgetting that, you know, that there's so much.
And you know what? I know you brought it, but there is nothing wrong with escaping also.
No, I don't think there's anything wrong with escaping either, because I do that too, and that's not the only reason there's nothing wrong with it. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I think that if you become habitually addicted to it, then I think that, you know, and I'm going to enjoy having a few drinks and escaping as I go through the holidays, because I don't do that very often.
I'll give a little tip.
Having said that,
I'll give a little tip.
Last time I did it, I was sick for like a week.
Yeah. Were you?
Yes, because you know the drinks I drink.
Sugary shit.
Yeah, but I don't mean to be.
What's that yellow fucking stuff that you guys drink from Italy? It's like
that's a traditional thing, but we don't like always just drink it because we're Italian.
What is
Limoncello.
Femicello.
Limoncello.
Limoncello.
Lemon drink. Lemon
But one
liqueur.
Femicello, isn't that the fucking singer? Femicello. And anyway, one of the things, a little tip is, whenever you're going to consume alcohol, set your intention before you consume the alcohol as to what your intention is for consuming the alcohol.
How you want to feel.
Well, also, it's a bit like if you go to do, any sort of ayahuasca or anything like that, plant medicine. But one of the things that gets you to do is set your intention, and it's the same thing. Like when you're going to go and do that, set your intention as to what you want to feel, what you want to get out of it, what the connection is going to be, because what you'll do is as you go through and you let go, you will be guided there. But rather than being guided to somewhere you don't want to be guided to, why not just take control of it and set your intention,
Yeah, 100%. I like that, actually. I have never really done that with
alcohol. You
alcohol.
can write that down. And
I've done that with plant medicine, but not with alcohol.
Right.
Yes. So we'll see how that pans out.
How is your consumption of plant medicine going? On a weekly basis?
On a weekly basis. Yeah, so that's it.
Hey, whether this is you at the beginning of your personal development journey or you're perhaps immersed in your growth and transformation, at MJB Seminars, we have everything to help you live an inspired life.
If this episode resonated and you're looking for more information on how to have an actual breakthrough and transform your life, visit us over at mjbseminars.com.au and book yourself in for a complimentary discovery coaching call.
Also, make sure you like and follow us over on Instagram and Facebook. And review and subscribe to Dorothy and the Dealer today.